In this bite, we're going to ask Coach Raymond about one of the big questions that comes up with carnivore is what about vitamin C? And we all think, am I going to get scurvy? Coach Raymond, will I get scurvy as a carnivore?
No, I don't believe that any of the carnivores have gotten scurvy. Now, there was an article about a man that did try the carnivore diet with a lean chicken, and he ended up, the doctor did say that he did get scurvy. And it was interesting the way he ate. It was a really poor way of doing the carnivore diet. So I can say that you can get to the point of deficiency where you can get scurvy by eating the wrong way and not eating enough fat and enough red meat, and that can cause the issue possibly. Now, if you're very worried about scurvy, have some vitamin C. But I don't, uh, we have not seen anything from anecdotal evidence from 20-year carnivores, 5, 10-year carnivores. None of them ever had any scurvy. If anything, it would heal the gums on your teeth. And mine got a lot stronger also. I've had stronger gums, and one of the signs of scurvy is gum bleeding and also bruising. Bruising easily is one of the signs. And there have been some carnivores that do complain about some bruising easier, and they do take vitamin C, and that does help them. But remember, there's a slew of things going on. So you may not need the vitamin C per se, but because of all the carbs that you've had, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. And you may not be getting enough vitamin C because of all the damage that you've had in the past. But typically, if you're a pretty healthy person and you have no problems, like also one of the things that's familiar with the vitamin C, or not scurvy-ish, but some people describe some bile acid in their stool movement. And that's typically could also be a sign of vitamin C deficiency, and that can also help them. Another little trick you can do is also have some liver. Liver is very high in vitamin C, especially the blood of the liver. Now, some people would frown on drinking the blood of the liver, but eating the liver very lightly cooked will help a lot with vitamin C.
Interesting. I thought I read something that says that your body doesn't really need vitamin C once you switch over to carnivore. Like it's because something competes like when you're on like a carbohydrate diet that actually increases the body's need for vitamin C. So that once you switch fuel sources, you actually don't even really need it, which is, I mean, that kind of makes sense to me because it's like I don't need any liver and I wouldn't want to have to eat liver to try to get some vitamin C. And I mean, I'm doing just fine,
Yes.
21 months in without anything that really probably contains very much vitamin C at all. So
Your research on that is correct. I've read those same articles, and so we have competing pathways, glucose pathways, and the vitamin C pathway is interrupted by carbs. But the problem is we usually come from a carb body, so that can be an issue even later on the carnivore diet. But really and honestly, it's not because there's a reason that genetically we went ahead and not been able to make our own vitamin C in our bodies. We got rid of that genetically. So there's got to be a reason we did that. That means we don't have a need for it. We can get all of ours, the little amount of vitamin C that we need from animal foods.
great. Well, thank you, Raymond. We don't need to worry about getting scurvy then as carnivores.
That's right. That's the way I see it. Thank you, Janice.
All right, we'll see you on the next bite.